Hey y'all, welcome to another episode. This is your girl Dany.
And I'm KilZ.
And we have a special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey. Hey y'all. I'm Shaunna, but some people know me as Shorty Allure. And I'm just really happy to be here.
We're happy you're here as well.
I'm so glad that you're happy to be here. We like to start off our episodes and ask our guests and each other how our week was. We can talk about last week.
Yeah.
Because today is Monday and we're just starting a fresh week.
That's
and
true.
We are, just starting off the week. So how was your week? Last week.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Like,
Was there like a highlight?
no, not really.
Okay.
Okay.
Not really. But
And
I was
that's okay.
outside. That was the
You was outside this weekend?
I'm dying.
What you did, girl? What you did? What you
summertime pool party.
Ooh.
There's so many of those happening right now. I'm talking about
Yeah.
every
It
weekend.
was
is-
a time.
Really?
Had a time.
I know a couple people that threw a pool party this weekend. I even went to pool this weekend, so I was like,
There's another one coming up too.
listen.
We can talk about that afterwards. Yeah, there's a few people, but I feel like we're in an era of like people are really not getting in the pool. But the pool parties I saw this weekend, legit people were in the pool. I was
Yeah.
like, yes, I love that for us because it's just like, why?
I'm those people who don't.
Me too.
Me too.
get in the pool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I only get
But I want it to be communal though. I don't want to
Yeah,
just
yeah,
be the
yeah.
only one getting in the pool. Like,
the only time
and
I
you could.
go ahead.
They could allow you to be the only one in the pool. Say me, all three of us go in, it would be like maybe we're the only ones. Nobody feels like, damn, they in the pool. Fuck it, let's go in the pool.
Yeah. They was in the pool.
I
They
need
was
the herd
splashing,
effect
water
to
guns,
happen.
everything. I said, oh, this is eventful.
Yeah.
I like this. Have fun for me in there.
Yo, I am dying.
Exciting.
Yeah, but I love a good pool party.
Yes, I do, girl. How was your week?
It was good.
Mm-hmm.
I had to think about it because it's like they should just start running into each other sometimes. But I had a great week. I ended it by going to like a little cookout situation, and I have not had any grill food all summer. So I was just like, yes, like so I got my little famous shish kebabs. I've talked about it before, y'all, but it's real. It's so real. It was so real. They're like, yo, why I ain't get one? I'm like, wait.
Again this weekend?
Emotion.
This weekend?
Yes.
Ooh, they was feeling like that.
They like, yo, why I ain't get one now? Come on, I was supposed to get the next one. Yo, I see some on there, but are they really cooked? I'm like, all right, whatever.
I
Are they
love
really
that.
cooked?
That's
They're
extreme.
Yeah.
That's
like,
bad extreme.
Yeah,
Relax.
It was some complainers over there. Like,
Oh, they was? What they was complaining about?
just everything. Like, oh, where's this? Where's that? Da-da-da. We got two hands. There's nobody here to serve you, okay? Nobody here to serve you. I'm so sorry. But other than that, my week was really good and I absolutely have no complaints. I just feel like, with life, there's so much things going on. Just to have a good week, it doesn't have to be like anything like special happening. As long as it's like you feel good.
Yeah.
I think that's a positive.
Okay. Sounds like you guys had a good week.
What about you?
Let me think. Yeah. My week was good.
Okay.
My week was good. I had a really good week. Did it end off with a bang? Yes, it did. Sure did. I wasn't going to share it, but I'm going to share it because bitches be trying. Oh. So one of my fellow coworkers decided to scream at another coworker, and I witnessed it. She was not of the Black origin, and my coworker was, that she decided to scream at. So I paid special note to see what was going on in this situation because why are you screaming at another coworker?
Hello. A Black one at that.
A black one at that. I peeked into the room and I said, are you guys okay? And next thing you know, I continued to hear screaming. I said, oh, okay, cool. So I just went to my Black coworker when no one was looking and I said, if you need a witness, I'm here.
Stick together.
Monday morning, what is Monday? Friday. That happened Thursday, Friday. Lo and behold, fresh in the morning, I didn't even get to put my bag down. And I had a manager ask me, hey, can you tell me what happened with so-and-so? Sure, I can. I said, all I heard was I was in the hallway enjoying the rest of my break, and I heard someone screaming. And when I looked, it was so-and-so. And the other person wasn't saying anything. So I don't know what necessarily happened. All I said was, is everything okay? And that was all I know. And next thing you know, here's the kicker, guys. I'm walking down the hallway at work, and I feel like weird vibes. So I look and I see that coworker that I snitched on walking towards me.
I snitched on.
Walking towards me. First of all, let me give you guys some backstory. First of all,
snitched on.
This coworker, I'm not gonna lie, gave me compliments so much that it gave me that she was dick riding or trying to like butter me up
For something.
So I didn't think anything of it. So when she was walking towards me and had this like mischievous look on her face, I'm like, the fuck is up? Next thing you know, the hallway is wide enough. The hallway is wide enough for two people to walk past each other and not touch each other.
Mm-hmm.
I'm standing very close to the wall, almost touching the wall. So as I'm walking and I see this person walking towards me, something says, just move over a little bit more. I move over a little bit more and that person barely brushes me. I said, oh, this bitch she trying to bump.
That was your ancestors
Not at work.
moving you over.
Okay, so I decided to this happens again. But this time she actually connects. I'm posted up on the wall in a little nook. So if I'm in a nook, that means that you should not be touching me.
That's a fact.
So I'm over in the nook and I'm talking to another colleague. Mind you, there is a camera on the wall this way. I'm facing this way. My colleague's facing this way. We're talking to each other. So I see this person walking close to me. I make sure that my arm is not out in the aisle. Next thing you know, I feel something brush me. I said, oh. Turned to my coworker and said, did you see that? She said, I did. I said, wonderful.
This people at work is so crazy.
I said, wonderful. Not even 5 minutes passed before my manager passed by. I said, can I speak with you, please? Guess what I did? Told my manager. Guess what she was at in HR this morning? Oh, yeah. Play them games with your fucking mother, not me.
Yeah,
Is it really snitching?
No. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. If you don't snitch at work, a lot of times
that shit comes back to you.
It comes back to you every time. Because I used to be like, oh, that's not my vibe. You know how we get like in our own community, saying I'm not telling and just it never works out. When I try to hold it down, it's like, damn, I should have snitched on that bitch when I had a fucking chance.
Go ahead. I'll be telling.
You should.
Yeah.
It's not really telling.
It's not.
Like,
it's a documentation of bullshit.
Yes.
That's really what it is.
It's the truth.
And I'll be really hoping that in the future, no one experienced that kind of treatment. Mm-hmm. Because certain places you work at, they will really silence you.
Yes.
Seriously. And they're like, are you saving something? Like, what's
going on
secrets
here?
did Josh share? Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? That you are working really hard to save this person. Like,
yes. Honestly,
a lot of the time,
the saving, I usually see saving come from people that don't look like me. Like, I don't ever get saved, or I don't ever, it's like, oh yeah, let's like really advocate for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like other people do crazy shit. And then it's like, okay, I could have never did no shit like that. Mm-hmm. I could have never did that. Like, and I will bring it up. Like,
yeah.
I remember one time that happened to me though. They were asking me like, this guy literally did nothing. Like, I'm talking about he would come to work, order lunch. Lunch was the most work he was doing. Like on his phone, ordering food. Like that was the most work he would do. Or heat up his food. Or heat up his hungry man dinner. Like it was just getting out of control to the point where like, my manager was just like, and we were both managers, me and the guy. And it was just like, I was like, I can't take this no more. Like, he really does nothing. Like, he's dead weight. And he was like, so what do you want me to do? Fire him? And I said, look, I'm not one to mess up anybody's home life. I know he got a bunch of kids, but I don't think this is the place for him. You know what I'm saying? Maybe give him some time to get something else. Because we've already given him enough time. I just truly feel like he's a hindrance to the work that I do on a daily basis at this point, and I just need to say something.
Right. But I don't think anything, honestly, when I used to live in Maryland and I worked in Baltimore, I felt like, you know what, I had a manager give me this advice, and this was the worst fucking advice any manager has ever given me in my life, but I understood what she was saying. She was like, you know, if you I had somebody in the workplace said something like, oh, when people call my Puerto Rican, her daughter's Puerto Rican boyfriend, a nigga.
Oh, all right. We got crazy.
Yay.
Not bilingual.
She was white, so it was a yard to me.
Yeah. That's even worse.
So I said, excuse me? I said, I paused her at that moment. I said, hold on, this is my first day in the job.
First day is
I
crazy.
said, hold up. I said, I'm gonna let you ride one fucking time. I said, don't you ever in your life. The next time she said it to me, she said to me, oh, this biracial, she was talking to me about something. And she was like, this biracial couple, they live down the block. Her mother lives down the block, is giving her roaches.
What the fuck? Yo,
wait.
please,
How did we get here? It doesn't even.
How did we
it
get
gets
here?
worse.
Yeah,
it gets
that's
worse.
crazy.
It gets
roaches?
worse. It gets worse. I say, I don't think that's how it works, but okay. She said, because sometimes I want to call them the N-word. She doesn't curse this time. She said the N-word. I said, excuse me.
So you get roaches?
What?
That's where it comes from?
I said,
That's
what?
crazy. Ants,
That's
I could
what
believe
you think
it.
about.
I could believe it. If they
That's
said
a biracial couple. So what about you want to call the biracial couple niggas? I don't understand. Because she's a nigga lover? That's what you trying to say?
a nigga lover is not funny.
Like, what you talking
I can
about?
understand ants, because ants, they go on journeys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They are collectively.
Roaches are
This is
not
different.
going through fucking concrete.
Down blocks.
and
Down the block.
Yeah, cross
You
the
just
street.
want to say the word.
Yeah,
You just
facts.
want to call.
No, you don't want to say that you're
it.
fucking dirty. You're dirty.
Yeah.
You're dirty. You're absolutely dirty. Your mom is dirty too because she got roaches.
and there's
don't
no
be mad about
accountability
it.
there.
Don't be mad about it because guess what? That's how roaches come.
But
Well,
you see how crazy that is? Like, you got that upset. You wanted to say that.
Out of
What?
all of
Out of all the things you could have said, that's what crossed
When that's
your
the
mind?
first thing that comes to your mind, you already know what type of time they are.
Yeah. So the conversation. I said, you said what? I said, this conversation's done. I don't have nothing else to say to you. Nothing. She came to my desk. Oh, I'm trying to. I said, you know what? And it made me shed a tear. I'm not even gonna hold you. It made me shed a tear. So I said, we are so fucking far removed from that. Is that the first thing that comes to your mind? But we're not gonna go on a tangent about that. I'm just telling you about what the manager said. The manager said to me, she said, she said, you can go to HR, but I'm going to let you know it's going to make it way harder for the other black people here at the job. And that is the one thing that I wish she never told me because it made me not go. It made me not go because I kept thinking about all the hard times that the black people at the job had already had, especially because I was the most educated out of all of them. And the white people, I was the most educated in the entire department. So when I thought about that, I said, first of all, they're uneducated. Second of all, we're going to have, I just kept thinking about how hard it was going to be for them. And I said to myself, like, yo, I wish that I would have done it at that moment because half of those people wouldn't have been there. But I also think, like, you know what? That was a learning experience for me because now I speaks the fuck up. You ain't never getting that out of me. You ever call me a yeah, nigga, you ain't gonna have
But
no
that's
job.
the whole point of having jobs, though, because I do feel like, we used to be talking about, like, things that were happening at your job, but I feel like, you need those, like, experiences to realize, like, who are you in the workplace? What is your role? Like, how do you handle things or whatever? And it helps you outside in the real world, too.
That's true.
Because you really can't deal with people the same way you deal on the outside. Like, code switching is a real big thing. Like, and I be talking to people like, oh, I don't think I should be code switching. Well, you have to. Like, we're not in the day and age where you could just be yourself 1,000%. I might give you little sprinkles of me, but you can't get the whole thing. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So since we're talking about like the workplace and stuff like that, we know you used to work at Bape doing a lot of like, first of all, at one point I was like, yo, is she the face of fucking Bape New York City? Like she's in all the photo shoots. Like,
nah, they saw something in you, girl. That's really what
I ain't gonna hold you. I was like, nah, like she really got this shit on lock. I'm like, I'm feeling it. So, if you don't mind, like sharing, like how was that working at Bape? Like, doing that experience, getting like.
How did you get the job?
Yeah, like how did you even get into that?
So I got the job pretty much being nosy. Well, not minding my business.
Gotcha.
So at the time I was working at Adidas. And when you work for Adidas, they have a like partnership with Y3. So I was in Y3 and he was just a regular, I believe, like a manager at the time. And he was with someone who worked for Adidas. So we're all in line. And I think someone asked, like, oh, if you work for Adidas, you get a discount at Y3. And I turn around, I'm like, yeah. Not realizing, like, oh, he worked at the store. So me and him, we built a relationship, friendship. I was already shopping at Bape before I even got the job. So I was familiar with the staff. And I had texted him like, let me know when Bape is hiring. I sent my resume. And then he like texted me like, pull up to the store. Ooh. And I was just like, oh shit.
Closed mouths don't get fed.
Love that.
I gotta
love that she was being nosy.
Oh yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. And even with the photo shoots, like I would run downstairs and tell him like, when can I shoot? Because he was the director of pretty much all of the photo shoots. Like
Oh, wow.
I don't feel like they gave him enough credit.
Okay.
Because he kind of like brought the culture back into the store.
Gotcha.
So I'm looking at it like, well, I work here and this is an opportunity. So when can I shoot? He's like, every Thursday we shoot. I said, okay. So I'm shooting, but I don't see nothing. Like they're not picking the photos because then he has to send the photos to I think
Like corporate or
Japan.
something? Okay.
And then they have to pick. So we shooting. And he like, yo, they dropping do-rags. Said, okay. So then he was just like, we're going to shoot. We went to the park. We was originally supposed to go to a barbershop because he was just trying to do it in like the towns. And then we did the photo shoot or whatever. And then someone hit me up. They like, yo, they posted you. I'm like, all right.
It's
But
paying
then-
off.
Right. But now we're in Hypebeast because that was the first time Bape launched something like that. So we're in Hypebeast. I said, oh.
That's fine.
It's on now. And then every Thursday after that, I was just like, I want to shoot
That
every
is
Thursday.
amazing.
And then, yeah, I just started seeing my face up there. I'm like,
Yes, I love
I'm not gonna lie, you be killing on photo shoots, so you
definitely
eat
do.
every
Thank you.
time. Like,
thank you.
You're very photogenic, and I
Yeah,
can
that
definitely
is
say
true.
that. Like,
Thank
just
you.
we've seen you in like several different types of environments. If it's not,
different looks. Like,
Yeah,
girl,
if
you just be
it's-
giving it.
yeah,
Thank
if it's
you.
not like
Thank you.
carnival, which we'll get into, and video shoots and stuff like that, like we have seen you, and I'm like, okay, like
Yeah.
so. I know, like my brother used to frequent Bape a lot when I was a kid, when I was younger, and he used to get a lot of pieces for me. Like, you know, that's in their beginning stages when he had like the chopped up, like sweaters with the zip all
Yeah, the
this,
full
like,
zips.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, all of those, and he would tell me like, you know, a lot of celebrities used to work in Bape before they actually got popular. So how was that, like being in Bape and you seeing all these celebrities come in and do stuff? Like,
It was an experience,
mhm.
but I also had to remember like they're like us too.
That
like,
is
they're
true.
human.
Absolutely.
So when they would pull up to the store, some of them was assholes, and then some of them was
That's a
really,
given.
really
Nice,
down to
yeah.
earth.
down to earth. But it was never a time where I was just like, oh shit, like that's so and so. It was just
Yeah.
like, all right.
But you're also from New York. So
Yeah,
it's
that's a
like,
New York
Yeah.
thing.
Not really like
nobody's a celebrity.
starstruck.
Yeah.
It's
You
like,
might see
Yeah.
somebody and be like, oh,
Oh,
shit.
shit.
Because I've done
Yeah.
that before. I see something like, wait, hold up, is that?
yeah,
Yeah.
But I'm not fanned out. It's just like, oh, it's an admiration. It's not really
Yeah,
like, oh,
yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
like,
and that's another
thirst.
thing I noticed about it. Sometimes I feel like we don't even realize that somebody's a celebrity until you like really like, who's that person? That person looks mad familiar. Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what?
Yeah.
Like the cool thing about working at Bape at that time, we were the only store
Mm-hmm.
in New York.
Uh-huh.
So you could only come to Green Street. You
Right.
couldn't go anywhere else.
Right.
So if there was a celebrity who had like a collab with Bape, we shutting the store down.
yeah,
We used to shut down just for releases. Like I used to love release days.
yeah.
It's just like I'm going
Be lines
home.
outside.
I'm out of here. Like I'm gonna come here, but I'm out of here because they are wilding outside. Like we really had to be on like timing with these people because it's just like, yo, y'all are really bugged out. I get it. This is extra money, but not too much.
No, I feel that. Because I feel like Bape and Billionaire Boys Club, I feel like those are two stores where people were like really building connections to like, you know, branch out to other things. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know that Bape did a lot of collabs with a lot of different big companies. So I'm like, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
do you feel like that helped build your connections though? Like, you know,
I
like in the
feel
fashion worlds.
I feel like yes, but then I also feel because of my look, it helped me a lot.
yeah.
Because it was just like, who's Shorty with this blonde hair?
Yeah.
Because I always had like blonde hair and it would be
Yeah.
in braids or I'll wear it out. So I feel like it did help me, but at the same time, like I needed to also want that for myself too. And I
Right.
couldn't really rely always on, well, I work at Bape
Yeah.
to get me
Yeah, that's
somewhere.
true.
Because just like you work at Bape and
And
what's the
yeah.
discount like? Like
Right.
they not even worried about
That's true.
who you are and what you do aside from
that.
aside from that. So I feel like it did help me. It was like 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
When I wanted it, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to utilize it. But if I had to chase it, it's just like, all right,
There's nothing wrong.
let me figure out how I'm going to do this. But it was a great experience. Like, yeah, thinking about it now, just like, damn. Once they sold, like once we realized, okay, they're like expanding the company, it was just like, oh yeah, it's over.
It's not gonna be the same.
It wasn't the same no more once they left Green Street. It's just like, this is the staple. This has been the store
forever.
But I got pictures. I got pictures in there and things like that.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Nah, I love that for you. I'm glad they picked it up though.
Yes, they
girl,
did.
Putting that work in every Thursday. It's like, what's happening, y'all? What's happening?
Sometimes I was afraid to even take like a vacation because I did not want to miss that
out.
Thursday. Like, that's how bad, like, yeah, I'm here. Like,
Do you feel like you were always like a natural in front of the camera, or you felt like you had to like get, you know?
When I was younger, I was definitely shy.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I was really shy. I can ask y'all friend.
And
She'll know I was shy.
Yeah.
But
I don't like that helped open you up though.
I just got comfortable with myself and realized, like, you know what? When you're in front of a camera, like, you're a character.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay to look like how you want to look on camera and then still move how you move in private.
Right.
So that's why I was saying off camera, like, I wonder why. Because that's why it's just like, who is that? And then when they see me, it's just like, sometimes I'll be vibing, and then sometimes I'm outside.
Right.
Sometimes I'm like a little bit of both. But yeah, when I was younger, I was shy. But if I heard music, I'm dancing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
If I see a camera, I'm taking a picture, and then I'll sit back down. And just be like, all right, it's done.
Yeah.
But I think because I was doing Carnival for so long, I always dressed like in tomboy gear, and I needed to figure out how I was gonna get into that lane. So once I got hired at Bape, I'm like, oh, this is like perfect.
Right.
Because I don't want to always be, she's just a girl in a wire bra. It's just like, no.
Yeah, you give some versatility.
Yeah, like when I'm
what
not,
you really do though now, like I don't know the trajectory from like, the beginning of you working at Bape, but I tell you now, girl, you got the tomboy thing going, the streetwear. Yeah, you could throw on a dress and be some heels and be fire. So like, I think you accomplished that though.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But speaking of Carnival, girl.
Right.
We had a time.
Yes, we did.
We did. So I'm trying to remember, how did we meet you?
Out there?
We met you?
No, it was out there. I think we went, did we?
We met you because I don't remember how we
used to party in the summer times though. Maybe one of those.
We
times.
met you somewhere. We couldn't remember how we met you because I remember on vacation. That's when you texted us like you was out in Jamaica.
I don't remember.
But I can't remember how we met you. But because
I remember we linked up because we were all picking up our costume.
Yes, right. And then that was the start.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah, that was the start. That was the start. We had a
Oh, you know what it was? Because like also too, we knew you were like in a video, and it was like, oh, we used to be watching that video over and like, yes, this is my cousin in this video. I'm like, yes. We used to act like we ain't know. We like, oh, okay, we was acting like we had girl. We was
right,
girl.
Right. And I knew when y'all was just like, moo. I'm like, only they allowed to call me that.
I think maybe she called us and told us that you was out there. And
I don't think so.
I
think we just saw each other.
I don't know. It was just very organic. We
was like, hey girl,
what party y'all going to?
I know, it was a vibe.
Okay, we going. That was such a lit.
And then the world shut down because we were trying to do part 2.
Yeah,
the world shut down.
down.
So talking about Carnival, what was your favorite country?
Ooh, Trinidad.
For real? Everybody says that though.
I feel like once you go to Trinidad, nothing beats Trinidad. You hear me? Like,
really?
But I've heard that before though.
I really gotta go.
Okay, what about you? Been to St. Lucia?
No.
Vincent?
I've been to Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
And
Crop Over? You been to Crop Over?
No, I haven't even been to Crop Over.
Really?
Yeah.
You've been, right? No?
I've been to Carnival, but I didn't stay for Carnival.
I mean, I went to Barbados, but I didn't go for carnival.
Yeah, I've been to Barbados, so it's just not for that.
Barbados is beautiful though. I can't even lie. It's one of my.
See, I want to do Trinidad at least once.
Just once though.
You have to.
Yeah, but do you feel like there's like an age limit on Carnival?
No.
I don't think I want to be like 50 with 2 kids
You think you
on
can
the Parkway.
2 kids on the Parkway?
I'm not saying I can't do it.
If my husband's with it, yeah.
Okay.
That's the thing.
But he has no choice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lay it down. Like, yo.
You have to date somebody that's cool with that.
Okay.
When I went to Carnival too, when I went to Jamaica Carnival, my partner at that time was like, I'm just gonna let you know. My bathing suit, my bottom, I thought it was gonna be full panty, but it's clearly a thong.
Girl.
Yo.
And then I said,
I look at those videos all the time. I look at all of those videos all the time. It pops up in my memories.
It pops up in my memories too. And then I said, I know I typically don't dance with guys because I don't dance with guys at parties. I typically dance by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I don't typically dance with guys, but I don't have a choice out there. You don't got a choice? I absolutely don't. I'm sorry. You can either get with it or you can just be
It sounds good, girl, because you definitely got a choice. Because this is how I feel. When it comes to, I feel like Eastern Parkway is a different atmosphere from like.
That's way too intense.
Yeah, like when you go, like it's really people coming up to you, and that's when you feel like, I got to do a little dun 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 dun, real quick and move on. You know what I'm saying? But in Jamaica, it was kind of like you want to dance, you don't want to dance. No pressure. It was just like everybody's there to have fun.
Wasn't it like
I wanted
their
to
first
dance
year?
on Carnival. Okay, I didn't.
I think so. Was it their first year?
I think that was their first year.
I think their first real organized year.
It wasn't the first year, but it was their first real like the kickoff of that shit. Being fire and everything.
Because our Airbnbs was in great spots, like weren't far. Like the route was very convenient. Everything was great. Because didn't we see Spice?
We did see Spice.
We did see Spice.
We did.
That is a fact. She was really out there. Damn, I got videos of that too.
Like, it's crazy how everything comes full circle because TC Spice, TC Pretty and Rebel. At the time, Makeup Shan was dating Rebel, so Makeup Shan ended up doing all of our makeups. Mm-hmm. So we seen them earlier in that day where we were getting our makeup. They're doing their wigs, they're doing their stuff, and then we ended up seeing them outside again. Like, and it was like they was like, hey, they was really friendly.
Yeah, they were. Mm-hmm.
So it was a good vibe. It was definitely.
I would go back to Jamaica, but I just feel like
I go to Jamaica every year if I could.
At this point, I've definitely been going to Jamaica every year. At least once a year. We talked about this. I'm gonna try my best not to go 2+ times. There's just so many other places in the world.
I'm going.
I can't do it every year though.
Oh yeah.
Because there's so many other places I want to go. I just want to just, space it out. But I can't help it. I feel like I grab it. Like it's a magnet. It's like Jamaica's on.
Would you want to go somewhere else to like play mass or just? Oh
no, I'm just saying just vacation wise in general.
But I definitely want to do Trinidad to go somewhere else, and I also want to do St. Lucia. I've been seeing a lot of people say St. Lucia is really good, and Vincy is really good. I heard those 2 places are really good. Proper, I haven't heard too much greatness about.
Same.
Yeah, so
Same.
Yeah. I'm not even trying to be funny, but like, let's be real. That the food ain't, man. I'm not.
You said this already. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not compelled to go there.
Nobody I've ever said Bayesian food was like.
I saw a video the other day and I said, this is why I don't be going to restaurants.
We're not going to drag you in it, but you know what's up.
Yeah.
Don't lie. You can't even lie.
That's just what it is. But would you date somebody that's not okay? You feel like you have to like, they have to be okay with like that culture? Because say you date a real American that's just like not into that type of thing, like would that turn you off? Like is that a deal breaker?
I just feel like they would have to be confident. Mm-hmm. And understand when I put on a costume, baby, I'm putting the costume on.
And the body's going to be bodying.
Body is going to be
together.
bodying.
Yeah.
So, if I was a real like carnival junkie, I would tone it down just a little bit.
Okay.
Like not go as much, but not tone it down with the costume.
That's not happening.
Because that's not happening. If I want front lines,
I want
that's it. And no feathers and just a headpiece. Baby, if I want to I'm gonna wear that.
Right.
That's an option.
And it's okay.
Yeah.
That's the one time in the year where it's very acceptable to be just damn near naked.
Yeah. I would just want him to feel like confident, trust, and be like, all right, like my girl's out there, but she's just having fun. And don't look at it like oh, you're wearing
like a
nothing.
sexual thing.
Yes.
Because it's really not.
Yes.
It's really not.
Yes. That's how I felt with like modeling carnival costumes. At one point, I'm like, I don't always want to put on a two-piece. I don't always want to shake my tail feather.
Right.
I don't always want to do that. Like, there's more to me than just that.
Right.
Even though it's a time, but not
it's a time.
That's not the bane of your
life.
existence.
Right.
It's a time, not a life. But okay. So I know, first of all, me and Shaunna be in each other DMs talking about like shit. Especially our horrible dating experiences. Like just some experiences you just like, are these real? Like, can we really make this a movie? Because I can't make this up. And that is actually what prompted me to be like, you know what? We need to have her on because I'm telling you, like the shit that we be talking.
Yeah. Just recently, girl.
Please listen.
Yeah, pop it off.
Pop it off, girl. Pop it off. So, what happened most recently in your dating experience?
Okay, so
is this like a bad experience or like what's your worst? We could get to your worst, but if you want to talk about,
if you want to
I feel like it's like
neck and neck.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Neck and neck. Right. The most recent one, it was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I known him for some time. Mm-hmm. He asked to go out, but I'm not thinking of it because I'm like, oh, like I know him already.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No.
You shouldn't have went?
I don't think I should have went. Sorry.
Did you feel like he always wanted you or he was waiting in the,
When I met him, it was years ago. So it's honestly like a blur. So I can't even confirm if he was trying to like get with me. Mm-hmm. But when we went out, he kept like repeating like I feel like I'm with one of my bros.
What?
Like I feel like,
what?
And I was just like, I'm confused. Like,
do you want to date your bro? Like,
no, because his thing was, I'm attracted to you. Mm-hmm. But I'm not moving like I'm attracted to him.
Okay.
Because you're not.
And you know what it is?
You probably.
I've discovered like recently, I'm dating for a feel. Mm-hmm. So if I get that feeling, it's just like it's there. Not so much because physically I'm like attracted to the person.
Right.
Because you come across some people, you come across some niggas, you just be like, But then when you actually like start talking to them, you just like, oh, I can see why.
Where we connect.
But it was just like, he asked me like, oh, like, what's your type? And I was just like, I don't know.
You was probably
I want to tell y'all something that I have been using lately. When they ask me what I'm looking for, I'm going to know when I see it. I'm not giving you the blueprint to be somebody you truly are not, or you think I want you to be like. So it's just like, I don't even like that question. Like,
I told someone, because I'm dating.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out.
You dating for marriage or you dating for like just
she
for
just
fun?
said feels.
For feels.
But feels.
But sometimes feels could turn into something.
Yeah. But with me, I like, people will ask me like, do you want kids? And I'll just be like, I don't know. It depends. Mm-hmm. And for me, it always depends on who I'm dealing with. Mm-hmm. If you're not treating me right, oh, baby, kids is not even crossing
That's not a thought
the dome right now. Like, it's not. But if I'm dealing with someone and he treats me good and we have a rapport and it's healthy, then okay. Then I can see like marriage and I can see children. But right now, let me get to know you first before we just branch off and just start.
Start doing those
create
things.
a future.
Yeah, like a future. So with him, even though like he asked me like, oh, like what is it that you're attracted to? Like name 3 things. I'm like, the pressure. Because what the fuck? So I'm naming the obvious.
So my question is, the whole time on this outing, you're not realizing this is a date?
No.
Wow.
Really?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. He just said, I just want to take you out, or
like he was just like, oh, you want to link? And I'm like, yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah, casual.
Because I'm not thinking like
you're attracted to me like that. You think
right. Because had I known, I would have laid some ground rules down.
Right.
But like, don't pressure me to tell you that I'm attracted to you. Like, I will show you that. I will say that. Because now I'm thinking to myself, like, are you sexualizing me? Are you like, because
you start thinking deeper into things. Like,
yeah,
you gotta know, like, what's happening here?
What's going on? You know,
were y'all talking on the phone prior to this? Were y'all like texting? Like
no,
nothing? Okay,
just
it was
like
no prelude. It was just
it was just like here and there. But it was just like I know you, so I'm not thinking of it as that. So, you know, telling me you feel like you're out with your bros and then saying, nah, because, you know, like, I'm attracted to you and I thought the music was going to be different so I could feel a little like wine. I said,
okay. I see why you felt that way.
Right.
I see why you felt
and then I'm like, I just keep thinking like, see, that's because when you outside and you with your friends, you be posting. You know, like I'm thinking so deep, like, what was it?
What made you? What made you hit me up?
Yeah, what made you feel like that was something
that was mutual?
That was mutual to ask me. Like, we're going out for drinks, and he's like, "Oh, on a scale of 1 through 10, like how lit are you?" And I'm like,
"What?
Oh, like a 3." He's like, "Oh, so you're like a 6." Said no, I'm a 3, firm, solid. I'm a solid 3. I'm a solid 3, okay? And it's really gonna go down to a good 1.
At this time, relax yourself over there.
You're gonna really get like, it's really gonna stop. And he was just like, you know, because when females say that they're a 3, they really like I think he said like a 4 or 5 or like a 5, 6.
Where did he get this analogy from?
Thanks for being a female with us.
Yeah. And I was just like, but I'm fine. You the one who look like you are fighting for your life. And I'm over here like just cruising because, you know, I'm out. But that's just how I am. Like, I can be real chill. And I think his issue was, oh, well, if you're attracted to someone, you're supposed to be all over them.
How about I didn't even know you was attracted to me until 20 minutes ago.
See, that's the problem. You're projecting. Because who told you I was attracted to you? You asked me out for some drinks. You didn't say, let's go on a date.
Right.
Yeah.
You said, you see, that's your problem. You should have been more
Even when we went to the second spot, like, he got us drinks. He got the hookah. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. I want to tell y'all this part, but I'm going to have to tell y'all
off camera. That's fine. That is fine.
Because then you'll know why, like, bitch, you're dumb. Because I shouldn't even went to the third spot.
I shouldn't
be here right now. Like, but I'll tell y'all off camera.
Because I was going to ask that, like, you know, was there ever a time you went out and you was like, look, I'm never going to see this person again. You felt that with him?
I did.
Okay.
I did. And I didn't want to feel like that. But it was also like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, who told you in your mind that is okay?
When I tell
it's not okay.
These niggas' minds be
warped. I can't.
And you know what's crazy? It's because, and I feel like it's because a lot of the times females really be fronting. They do be fronting.
Yeah.
Like, they be like, oh, I don't really like you, but they really do be trying to do that chasing thing. And
no,
like, we're not in second grade. You're not gonna hit me and run, and I'm gonna be like, oh my God, he loves me.
Don't chase me.
We're grown as hell. Tell me how you feel.
Listen, me and Akil have this thing where it's, if you've been chasing me for years, you're gonna stay right there. Because
that's a fucking fact. Because
when you get me, what you're gonna do is fumble me and tumble me like I'm a fucking football.
Yeah.
And I don't have time for
it.
Or you might have some secret animosity that I didn't jump on it quicker. And now it's just like I'm fighting for my life and whatever this little baby situation we got going on.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Because even with that, I was just like, hold on now. Even when we sat down, he asked me, how do I feel about BBLs? I said, where is this coming from?
Why is this the first thing we talking about?
Me and my friends never.
Let's do an icebreaker.
BBLs.
What's that? Like,
I was just like, I'm just sitting there like.
So he didn't have no kind of like real conversation to it? Like,
no, not really. And I'm not going to lie, because of his demeanor, I really was just like, how you usually would kind of like, cool, you can't. Because of his demeanor. So I was just like, let me just play.
You were just reserved.
Yeah, real. But to be told, like, you feel like you out with the bro, like, I'm I'm chilling.
Right.
So what do you want me to do? And I kept asking like, so what is it that you want me to do? What is it? Because I know I'm gonna say no, but I'm still asking you, what is it?
What do you want?
What is it that you want?
But do you feel like guys that you're actually interested in that makes it known that we're going on a date, I want to go on a date, do you feel like they act that way? Do they feel like you're still reserved?
Not really. I think once
It's established that you like each other? It's
or once they actually spend time with me, it's just like, oh shit, like she mad cool. Yeah, I am. I don't know what you think about me.
That's another thing.
People be having perceptions of you,
predetermined and pre-perceived notions, and I've noticed that a lot of a lot of guys that I've dated in the past, or like, and anyone that I currently date, like, they have said like, "Yo, damn, you cooler than I thought." Cooler than you thought. What did you think I was gonna be?
right?
Like, and then
you
I
don't
hear,
really even know me.
and then a lot of the times, like, there's this perception of, oh, you're an Instagram model. First of all, I make no money off Instagram, so I'm not a fucking Instagram model. People say that to you?
All the time.
It is most annoying,
all the time.
It's so stupid to me. Like, where did you get
that?
First of all, I don't even have thousands of followers. Like, where did you get Instagram model from? Because I don't post anything about my life. I post pictures maybe once every 4 or 5 months, and you guys get like spats of like me having fun with my friends. And then like when you see me on a different level, like say if you're in my close friends, you're like, yo, damn, you're mad fun. What did you think I was?
Right.
Mad fun.
You just don't know my business. Like,
I've never looked at someone's page and was like, wow, I didn't know they was like that, because I just didn't know you before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just like, oh, that was cool, or that's smooth, or something like that. But it's like,
Yeah.
I can't say to myself like, wow, I didn't know they was like that, because I just never knew you. Let's be
Yeah.
real here. This is social media.
And that's the thing. They pay attention to like and you see it when they're out, like, you know, the girls that have a little bit Instagram fame, they have this tendency to be like stuck up or stink towards you because, you know, they already have their, and they don't want to be around the normal girls. But y'all are boring. Y'all are fucking boring. That look is boring. Like, getting around the club just with the cup. No. Send me over there with the bitches shaking ass.
Hello.
Okay? Shots in the mouth.
Hello. Hello. Because what are we? We're here to have fun. You can still look good and have fun. Still doesn't mean I want you.
And we also came from an era of like where we really partied.
Yo, we definitely come from an era where we really partied.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Yeah. The kids would never.
They would never know.
They would never know. They would never understand.
What about you? Your worst dating story?
Well,
not even worse, but like a bad.
I have a couple, but one of the worst dating experiences I've ever had was, it was with somebody who was Caucasian. And I just was like, that was the first time I was experiencing something like that. And it's not really my thing. Like, you know.
They like to party.
Yeah.
Did he? So, you know, it was the one and done. And he definitely done it for everybody else that was white.
You think it was just because he was white, or you just...
No. He took the party way too far.
Oh.
So...
Partying.
To party.
So like I had met him in New York, but I was living in Baltimore at the time or whatever. He ended up having a friend in Baltimore. And I had a rule when I lived in Baltimore. If you wanted to see me, you either had to send for me from New York to come to send for me from Maryland to come to New York, or you would have to come to Baltimore and see me. Okay. I'm not going out of my way to come spend time with you on a date. If I was coming to New York,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
If I was coming to New York, I was coming on my own dollar. I was going to see my friends. And if you wanted to see me while I was in New York, you would have to set up the date and do all that stuff. Yeah.
That's fair.
I wasn't going out of my way. So he had come to Baltimore. He had a friend there. He wanted to hang out. I said, okay, cool. No worries. I already had my apartment in Baltimore, so I was never going to nobody's hotel room.
Oh, no, that's right.
So, you know, we link up, we hanging out or whatever. First of all, he's super, super touchy. First of all, if I'm not really into you like that,
that's really what it is.
Get the fuck up off of me.
Yeah, don't touch me.
I'm just gonna give you an example because Shaunna's sitting right here. When I tell you, I was so disturbed. This is the description. We're in the bar. The bar is not that packed.
Do I need to change how I'm sitting?
No, you don't have to.
Okay.
And this is him.
These are for the YouTubers here. No.
We're at the bar, guys.
Sir.
And he will not. I'm like, yo, can you just like, you know,
That's
What's going on?
I know that's what, you know, some people do, but that's not what I do. Like, we're not going to be that intimate in a bar where everybody's just being casual. On a stool. Like that. Like, I'm like, yo, all right, back up. So we go to another spot. I'm like, all right, cool, no problem.
Y'all was on the stool?
We was on the stool, baby. We're at the bar. You know, listen to me in the bar. So
he is wilding.
Okay, so next thing you know, we go to this other place called Sticky Rice in Baltimore. It's famous for like their sushi, and they also like they also have like a bar. Mm-hmm. So it's emptier in there. You know, his friends come. You know, his friends that live in Baltimore. Okay. So we're now in there. We're hanging out. Him and his friends disappeared to the bathroom, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here?
Oh, nose itching.
I say, okay, he comes back. I see the pupils are like, and I'm like, did you just do something in the bathroom? He's like, so very casually.
Did you just do this in the bathroom? It's so funny.
So very casually, like, yeah, we just took a line of Coke. So,
I mean,
first of all, at the time, I'm 22, 21 at the time.
We don't even know what that is.
Yeah, it's like,
I just started smoking weed. Like, what the fuck? You elevated. Come on.
The club is crazy.
Yo, so I'm like, this was not a club. This was a restaurant. It's not like
yeah, you did say it was a restaurant. You did.
So I'm like,
you think it would have been more acceptable if it was at the club?
I don't do Coke, so I don't want to be around nobody that do Coke. Because now you're on 10 and I'm on 7. Or 2 or 5.
Yeah. Like, definitely, if they did Coke, they definitely on 10 and you're definitely somewhere half.
Like 2, because I wasn't even drinking that much because I wanted to be aware of what was going on. So once he did that, I was really like,
turned off.
Like, this is never happening again. So we in there, we chilling for a little bit. I see him, you know, getting a little jittery and shit. I said, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to go home. Yeah. So I'm gonna see you later. He's like, you're not gonna come back? Absolutely not. He probably needed
another bump.
He definitely needed a bump.
But what would make you want to
do that in the middle of us hanging out?
I don't know you. You don't know me. This is our first time. So why would you go to the bathroom? Mm-hmm. Like, why would you slide?
Because I feel like people that
I think he thought it was like a natural thing for me.
Because y'all from 2 different cultures. Let's start there. Yeah. Maybe that's how he parties. And I know
2 different cultures.
I know we don't party like that. So
I was just so confused when it happened because I was just like, oh, hell nah. But after that, I said, cool. You'll never hear from me again. I mean, 2 years later, 2 years ago, this happened when I was like
early 20s.
Early 20s. He hit me up like, hey, I hope everything is good. I blocked that WhatsApp so fucking fast. You have no idea.
Not even.
I'm not gonna lie, WhatsApp be blowing me sometimes.
I had to delete it.
Yeah, because it's like,
why are you in Canada texting me?
Like, hello?
I don't know.
It's like, yo, people be hitting me up from like, yo, you. I ain't even gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it because I don't need nobody getting any ideas.
WhatsApp. Yeah. I want to talk about one of my most recent WhatsApp encounters, but you know what? I don't want to be on the first 48 as the victim. Yeah, so,
girl, that is crazy.
But you have any like crazy dating stories?
Recently I had a date that was like, what the fuck? But I had a bad date. This is when I was a little younger. This was crazy to me, but so I'll tell it. So basically, I was talking to this guy and I thought he was fine. Because that to me, like, I don't know, whatever. He looked good. Mm-hmm. And so we went out once, and then the second time we went to his crib. And like at the time, I wasn't like, I would like say like, hey, like, what do you expect when I come to your crib? Because I just want to know, like, are you trying to fuck?
That's a good question.
That's a great
Because it gets really weird when they try to fuck and you definitely not. And it's like, now I gotta go home. Like,
can't even cuddle. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, me and Killer.
You can't even wear your clothes on my bed.
Yeah, we not. Oh, you got a chair? I'll sit over there.
Excuse me?
Yeah. But anyway. So the second time, so we're chilling in his house or whatever. We're like watching something. And I hear like he like has a phone call or whatever the case may be. Then he hangs up. And then like he was like, yo, I'll be right back. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I'm just chilling in his crib. And his like the way his room is situated is like not too far from the door. And I hear like like scuffling, and I'm like, what is going on? I go through the peephole. This nigga fighting in the hallway.
The ghetto. Cause why?
Like, what the fuck is happening? I'm watching though, because I'm like, wow.
You winning?
Can he? Right? Was he?
Yeah, and then some other nigga came out of nowhere.
Oh no.
And I guess like broke it up or whatever the case may be, but he was fucking him up like it was blood on the ground, everything.
Oh
like
my
yeah,
God.
outside the apartment door. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Then him and his
like
mans come in.
The fight. He
That nigga be beating
Niggas and his mans come in, they talking about it. I'm like,
am I not here?
are you not gonna say something to me? Like, what the fuck? Like, yo, my bad. Nothing. Like,
This
he
is
was
the
just
norm.
talking like I was just supposed to be okay with it. Like,
No,
bro,
that's my safety.
We were having a little.
my safety. I can't.
Yeah, like what if that nigga come back with something now?
Right.
You walking me outside and now, like, you
Yeah.
feel me? Like, I thought that was the craziest shit ever. I'm like, fights outside. I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, we ain't talking after that. Cause I was just kind of like, it was just a little weird. And then I feel like how he handled me after the fight was given like, yeah, bitch, this is what I do. Like,
Oh.
and he wasn't disrespectful or anything, but it was just the act of like, he didn't apologize. He didn't be like, yo, you know, like, you okay? Nothing. Like, I was like, I saw you out there. He was like, yeah, you saw, cause him and his man's is hype. I'm like, I think I should just go.
He was on 10. He was on 10 because he was already on 10.
Why are you fighting mid like mini date? Like, what's this?
The nigga was probably talking crazy in them texts. Let's give him a block.
But why you worry about that when you got a shorty next
in the crib, like he was getting it rocking outside the door. Can you imagine that? Like,
but I'm not gonna lie. If somebody say to you, like, let's think about it. Like, say a bitch come to your crib, like, yeah, I'm outside, I'm ready to fight. I'm gonna
say something. He said I'm gonna be right back. Like he was going to the store for like water, juice, or something. Like,
so he already knew he was gonna spank whoever.
It wasn't like he was selling at the time. It was like he was somebody who was selling weed. Like, let me go make a slap or something. Like, no, like he legit seemed like a normal guy.
He didn't want you to tell him don't go out.
But you came back and was telling war stories in the crib after you fought.
And then we supposed to lay up after that?
Like, what is that? Wash that blood off? Like, what's going on right now?
Like, this so extreme.
That is crazy. I couldn't believe that. But
my Uber's downstairs.
Yeah,
the door.
I think that had to be like, to me, that was like the weirdest.
Let me tell you,
yeah,
people's stories be telling.
Yeah, girl.
They don't even. Sometimes I don't even think they realize like people love to do Mixxy math. Okay?
Yeah, and they do.
The Mixxy math will get you
fucked up.
It'll get you in trouble.
It'll get you in trouble. People screenshot, zoom in. I know those braids. I know that sneaker. And they will put two and two.
It gets crazy.
And this is together.
This is why
they be putting an investigative hat on.
Me and KilZ have this fondness with each other. Don't post shit. How about that?
Yeah.
You don't post shit.
Because I be outside more than I portray, which is okay with me because I don't need to put my every move like at the very moment. You know?
If I do post on my normal story, it's nothing I care that you know. If I post it in my close friends, that's something that it's a little bit more intimate with me. But if it's something that I don't want anybody to know, I'm not posting at all.
Yeah.
But you know what the crazy part is? Like, when Snapchat was like really hot in like the early, you know, the like what was that, the like 2012, like 15.
It's still kind of hot. It's just that we don't care for it anymore.
Yeah, but you need a collective to care to make it good for you. Like, you can't just be the only motherfucker on that. But yeah, I just feel like I used to post all kinds of stuff. Like, you know, me waking up, me going to a party, me like I felt like I was documenting my life, but I felt okay about it. It's something about Instagram where I just feel very apprehensive about like really putting it out there. Like it just felt free before. Like now it just feels a little bit more artificial. Like I don't know. I don't know what the word would necessarily be.
Didn't care as much back then. They liked that you were posting about your life.
Yeah.
But
we would kiki and it would be cute.
like but also like we also had some sense of like I guess self, because the people that were on Snapchat, you knew them. You knew your page wasn't open. People couldn't look at your Snapchat unless you allowed them to look at your Snapchat. So that's how it was at that time. But now with Instagram, your page is open. Anybody can look. And once they look, there's no taking it back because they've already seen it.
Right.
So it's like, that's what I feel. That's why I feel like it's a different level of intimacy on Instagram, especially that people are now trying to figure out what your life is like.
Yeah.
Instead of like today, we got an email in our email, and it said both of our first and last name. I immediately wrote him back. I said, "Thank you for the opportunity, and I appreciate your fondness for our pod and stuff. But how did you find our first and last name? Because we never say our first and last name on the pod.
It was strange.
It was not connected. It's not connected to our YouTube or anything like that. None of that stuff is connected. And on every platform, my first and last name is not the same. So where did you go to find this information?
Right.
And
it was spooky.
It was spooky because I had to write him back like,
I'm weak because I saw it and I was going to bring it up to you, but we were talking about so many other things. But I was like, what? No, I saw his email.
And I was like, how the fuck did he find out first and last?
But I marked it as unread because I'm like, wait till I see her later. Like, what is this?
I sent an email back like, yo, how did you even get our first and last name? Because this is weird.
Yeah.
Like, where did you find this from?
People be watching.
Yeah,
like, even when
strange.
I post, and I get like 2 minis, where this at, where you at,
delete.
It's over.
Yeah.
No more posting for the night. Cause
sometimes I'll go back and delete too. Like
you don't
listen. If I feel like this is exposing too much, delete.
Yeah,
I would delete that shit 5 minutes in. Delete.
Yeah,
you just won't see it again. Like,
cause I be outside.
Mm-hmm.
You just won't know.
Cause there's a couple times you deleted a story that I thought was so fucking funny, and you like, here, girl, let's find it again. Like, put that shit back. That shit was hilarious.
Like a lot of times, once I delete it, I know I can go back in my archive and find it. But I just I personally do not like people knowing too much about me. And the only time you're going to gauge anything about my personal life is if you come and you watch this podcast, because that's the only time I'm going to give you an in into my life because you are supporting me. But other than that, you're not going to get free dimes on me.
Yeah.
When you know certain things about me, I'm going to ask you, how do you know that? Because I didn't tell you, and only a few people know.
That's true.
That's true.
I like when I could hone in on who knows what.
Yeah.
Who knows what. And that's another thing I realized with dating. Men won't ask you for your number anymore. What's your Instagram?
Mm-hmm.
Someone asked me. He asked me. The last person I went on last date, he asked me.
No, but they asked me that up front. They never asked for my number. What's your number? They asked me, what's your Instagram? Don't ask for my Instagram. I'm not gonna.
I'm not gonna lie. Somebody had asked me for their Instagram, and by like the 5th minute we were talking, he was like, "Nah, I need your number. Like, we gotta really talk for real." I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I like that. Ask for my number.
Don't ask for my number.
Not too much.
Yeah,
y'all, whoever's but I'm just saying,
don't just
like,
randomly doing it.
Like, don't randomly do it. But
would I like you?
Yeah, certain like if a guy has like a certain approach, it's just like, oh yeah,
you can get my number.
You can get my number.
I be more hesitant to give my Instagram out than I do give my number.
Really?
Because I could block you. I could block you with my number. But
that is true.
Instagram, you could go and you could not know. I could forget that I even gave you my shit. And now you know everything about where I was at and what I was doing.
Look, if you had a man, right, do you feel like there's a time and place to bring him to events, or are you the type to like bring him everywhere?
It depends on the event.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely depends. I mean, it also depends on his personality. Like if he's like an outside person, it's lit. All right, like come on, because at this point, I mean, he's my man, but this is like our friendship.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true.
But then there's certain guys, we connect here. But then, it depends. He may not be an outside dude. So
sometimes
I feel like men drive that though.
Yeah.
Like people that typically like are with their man like heavily, or like you always seeing them out at events or whatever the case may be. I just feel like the man is super okay with that. Like it can't just be the woman wanting you to come places. Like you both have to be on that same page. Like, yo, now we going here this weekend, da-da-da-da kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that.
I mean, it's one of the guys that I'm dating. When we first, like our first date, he took me to a restaurant. And then after he took me to like a barbecue. And I was just like, oh, it's Mixxy.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hold on. But I was happy because then I got to see him in that kind of like in that element.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh no, you're mad fun. You're mad fun.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we could do this as like a date thing, but I know
cute.
like this is cute. Like I know, okay, if I do invite you out, like you not gonna be stuck to the wall.
Yeah.
You actually gonna have a good time. And he like took care of me. Like he bought the
Yeah.
bottles. He was
Make
like, "Where your cup at?" Like
Yeah. Make sure
he
you
was
good.
very like.
Yeah.
I like men like
Yeah.
that.
I was just like, I'm going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I'm minding my business. I use the bathroom. I come out. He's standing right there.
Yeah, I need to make sure you
Energy.
okay.
Yeah.
I love that.
You know what's funny?
Mhm.
I've had like interactions like that where I've gone on a date and we went on a date and then we ended up going to a barbecue after. And I'm not gonna lie, that shit was a ball. Like
It was
when
fun.
when you can date somebody who knows how to have fun,
Yeah.
that shit just adds another layer
Yeah.
to
It
the
does.
relationship.
Yeah.
But you feel free though, like free
Yeah.
to be yourself and have a good time.
gotta
And like
dance
you're
around
not gonna
for
be
the
like
night.
judged.
Yeah. And I had like a little like short baby doll dress and I wanted to dance, but I knew like
it might be too much.
it might be too much.
Yeah.
And I kept pulling like the back down, like, so I was standing like in front of him and I'm like, I really want to dance, but he was just like, I got you. And he just held my dress. And then like
Girl, we love a supportive kid.
and then after that, like now, cause y'all see me when I get
Yeah.
so I'm dancing. So he stood behind me. So we just started dancing like with each other. And I was just like, yeah, like this is a vibe.
I love that.
This is a vibe. Cause then after that, I was just having mad fun. Like
yeah,
he was just letting me be. And it was
And I
nothing
love
like
that. I love.
Yeah, I don't want you
nothing.
whispering in my ear like, yeah, you doing too much. Like, no.
No,
We're-
I was
we're
just
here to
like,
have a
I
good
really want to
time.
dance, and he was just
If
like,
I want
so
to
dance.
lock it up on the dumper truck, man.
Yeah, let me do that.
Let me do
He was
that.
with it. He was with it. Like he
love
had the
that.
bottle. Where's your cup? All right, you want ice?
You good.
No ice.
Yeah.
Whatever. You good?
Uh-huh.
What you want me to mix it with it? Let me hold your dress. We could dance. Like
That's
very,
cool.
very like
Wow.
on it. And he knew like a couple of like niggas in there, and I'm sure they were saying something to him. And like I just felt like comfortable.
That's wonderful.
And that's important.
Yeah,
really,
like
really
if I
important.
went too far, he holding my hand, like he's holding me, he's making sure, like, all right,
Yeah.
you direct us back to the spot. Like I was just like, yeah,
I love that energy.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
energy.
Yeah. I don't know what the word is because I feel like, lately I've discovered like I like men that like have like a nurturing spirit about them. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
I had a situation one time where I was like on vacay and I was like throwing up and the person I was with was like making sure like I was good. Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And then I spoke to somebody about the situation. I'm like, yo, what if such and such? And they were like, oh, nah, if you threw up, did it? I'm like, well, I can't talk to this nigga no more.
That's
What is
crazy.
going on? Like, what is happening? So to me, I just personally feel like that nurturing spirit from men really like attracts me to them. Like,
yeah.
I definitely like a man that's nurturing
and just thoughtful about
and
it.
thoughtful about, and just like a nigga that remembers certain things about you, because that just adds another layer of you listen. Like that's such a like the fact that he's pulling your skirt down or making sure like, or whatever happened on vacation, what he was doing, but it just those kind of things add to like, I guess, the intimacy of things, because it's just like, like, damn, this person is not just this. They have these things going for them. So
Right.
Yeah, that's true. And I was just like, all right now, like
Yeah, because now you're thinking about it. If you really want to take them serious, like if I had a kid, like how would you act?
Yeah.
They need that type of,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I'm enjoying him.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And I'm enjoying like that kind of like experience, but I'm still keeping my options open.
As you should. That's not your
What?
man.
Girl, you should.
You get me?
Hello.
Like,
And that's another thing. People like fall into relationships. I need you to ask me.
yeah.
I'm
Like
not-
we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
I would
Yes.
not be assuming that I'm
Yeah.
your girlfriend until you say, can you be my girlfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not
Guess
doing
what?
that.
Yeah.
While I may not be actively looking, if my man drops in my lap
Yeah.
and he is being great to me and you're not, like, what you expect me to do? You expect me
Sit
to
around.
sit around and wait?
Cause we're only getting older, so it's
No,
like,
for
yeah, I
real.
can't be harping on something. Like you gotta just.
Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. I'm definitely a person that likes to date one at a time, because I just feel like it's too much to just be picking and choosing.
Mhm.
But and then I also noticed that no matter how many people you date at a time, you always have a favorite.
That is
Mhm.
true.
You always have a favorite. So no matter what, like even if I was entertaining a lot of people at one time, like I feel like I would still have a favorite.
Yeah.
So I tend not to waste my time. But I also I agree. I'm not assuming that I'm your girlfriend. So there are certain things that I'm not going to question you about, ask you about, or even be up your ass about because I'm not your girlfriend. But there are some mutual respect things. If we are together in an environment, don't fucking play in my face because we are here together. We're both here.
I legit have this saying like, y'all niggas gonna have to compete so I can compare.
Yeah. I love that.
Y'all are going to have to compete so I can compare because you may do something right, but he may do something better.
That's true.
And it's like, I have to figure it out because I know what I can offer. Yeah. I know what I can bring. And I just have to see it just for like any of the guys. Like, they got to see for me too. But it's just like, we have to figure it out.
Yeah.
We have to. There may be something that I may not like about A, but I'm willing to deal with it. B, not so much.
Right.
Yeah. right.
So
that is true.
Sometimes, some people, you have to compete.
Yeah.
No, you
but
really do.
People can compare. Like,
I don't know. Unless somebody's giving you like a majority of what you want, I could see you like slowing it down. But like, I need there to be other options because it's just like, who knows? Maybe I might not talk to you tomorrow. Maybe we might be done. Maybe we might do some crazy shit.
And I always talk like that. They don't really like that. And I'm like, well, if you're still around, like, why you talk like that?
And I hate that question.
Tomorrow you may wake up.
And I'm not gonna lie, I hate when guys be like, yo, are you talking to like other people?
I was gonna ask you that question.
Because my response is always like, I don't think we should focus on that.
Yeah.
I'm not worrying about who you're talking to. You shouldn't be worried about who I'm talking to. Let's focus on one another. And when we get to that point, then we could think. Because what is that doing for me?
Nothing.
What is it doing for you? Now you're thinking when I'm not hanging out with you or something, now I might be on a date or I may be talking to somebody else. There needs to be no doubt in either of our minds. Let's talk about that when we are getting close to the stage of like,
a relationship. Yeah.
I have a I'm not gonna lie. She says we shouldn't be confused. I'm not gonna lie. I try not to ask that question because once I found out that you're talking to another bitch,
it's
I'm
over.
Definitely coming off for you. I'm coming up off of you. I'm coming up off of you. So I try my best not to ask that question because I don't want to change my mind about you because I feel like there's another female in the equation. I don't want to know if there's another female in the equation.
Okay.
I really don't want to know because I'm going to come up off of you.
I assume that there's somebody else though.
Yeah.
Honestly, I do. I do assume there's another person, but I don't ask that question because of the fact that once I know, there's no change in my mind about it. So,
and you.
I know me. But also, like, back in the day, let me say this. If a nigga asked me if I was dating somebody else, I would definitely tell them. Because if I tell you that, I definitely am not taking you serious. But now, I don't know. Would you, that was my question. If a nigga asks you talking to other people, are you going to tell him that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because I'm kind of like learning to match their energy, but not too fast. Like if I feel like, okay, tomorrow we could be in a relationship, no. You know?
Too much.
But yeah, when I went out with that guy, somebody else texted me like, oh, you going out? I said, yeah. And we were supposed to go to a brunch, but we went to like dinner. And he was just like, with your homegirls? And I was just like, no.
Why would you ask me that? Like, you know you want to hurt your own feelings.
I said, no. He was just like, oh, word. Like, I think he said, like, have a good time or something like that. I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm not committed to you. I'm not even committed to him.
She has a theory, and I believe it's true. Like, once a nigga know that you talk to other people, he will approach you differently.
Yeah, I just don't want that to be a thing. Because I've recently told somebody I was talking to other people, but it was literally because I gave not one fuck. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, what you was on? You gave me, I'm on a date. I was on a date. What you gonna do now? What's up? Like, what's happening?
They be liking their feelings hurt though.
Yeah.
Nah, he was a glutton for punishment, for sure.
I just feel like when I get into like that serious relationship, a lot of hearts
gonna be
broken. Gonna be broken.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna care.
absolutely positively never gonna give a fuck.
Yeah, because
like
in a relationship, it's just like, I don't know. For me, it's like, I'm my man.
Yeah,
you know, I'm not gonna forget about the world, but it's just like I want to lock in. Like, that's just what it is.
And that's what I really want for like my next relationship. Like I've been saying, when I do find that person, we gotta have like check-ins every 3 months. I need to know how you feel about us.
Do you still like me?
Do you still
like me?
Yeah.
Because I would hate for us to get to month, I don't know, the 10th month, and we get into a little spat and you just spewing some shit, just like, oh, so this how you really feel?
Right.
This how you feel about me? But if we do a little check-in, how you feel?
Mm-hmm.
What can I do better?
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what you could do better. Oh, you don't feel, you think we should go out more? Or you think I should do a little less of this? Okay, and let's see how it works, because that's still a trial run.
And that's healthy, though.
That's very healthy. Before we wrap up, I have a question. So, what do you think are, like, this is a question that you was probably asked on that horrible date. What do you think are like some things that you want in a partner and things that you do not?
What I want is definitely someone who is supportive, who is invested in our future if we see it for each other. Definitely someone who, when I feel like I'm not at my best, he knows how to make me feel good about myself too. You know, if I have those moments where I'm like doubting myself, he's literally like cheering me on, like, nah, you got this. But then I also want someone who is successful. I want to learn from them. I want to understand their mindset, especially if they have like a successful business or brand, and make me feel seen and important. Because, you know, sometimes when you with someone for so long, it's like,
it's just normal to them. What you got going on is normal.
Yeah, it's like you're like a Casper. Just like,
we're not fresh. She'll get over it.
Yeah, she'll get over it. And I want to be able to, I know every year we make it, I just learn something new, or I find something to love about him again.
Yeah.
But that's just, yeah. So that's why I'm dating around.
I mean, girl, I don't blame you.
You already know my theory. My theory is we ain't got to settle. So,
but those are great attributes to want in a partner, though.
And they're not superficial, like how most people be like, oh, I want a nigga with money. I want a nigga with this. I want a nigga with that. And things that are unrealistic. Like, those are things that are great to have in your relationship, because that's going to contribute to that.
And it's pretty much like how you present yourself is the type of person you want. You kind of got to carry yourself like you want that person too.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be carrying yourself a certain way, because then you realize, like, why I keep attracting these same...
It becomes, you're not attracting your type, you're attracting your pattern.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
sure.
But we would really like to thank you for coming on today.
Course.
It was a wonderful conversation. Yes, it was definitely, like, honestly, you really, like, the conversation flow was amazing.
It was.
So,
thoroughly enjoyed this episode.
If you guys haven't already, do you have anything that you want to, like, shout out, or anything that you want to plug in?
Nothing really.
Okay.
Really.
I mean,
well, if you decide after today,
we'll
plug you want to give them your Instagram?
Or... so yes, my Instagram is Shorty Allure. It's Shorty Allure on Instagram, TikTok. I might get into YouTube, but we'll see.
You should. Listen, there's room for everybody.
That is true.
For everybody.
True.
If you guys have not already purchased tickets for Fizzn in Florals, it is on August 10th. Tickets are still available. The link is in our bio on Instagram, in our bio on TikTok. It is,
and it's in the description of the episode.
It's in the description of the Instagram, and it's also in my bio. So please go ahead and purchase your tickets before it's too late. Also, please follow us on all socials at Heard You Sis.
Heard you.
If you don't already know, the YouTube video comes out on Fridays. They do not come out the same day as the audio. So make sure you guys are checking that out. Thank you guys for all the love and support we've been getting on our socials recently. It's really been refreshing.
Definitely.
And if you guys have any questions, any listener letters, anything like that, please send them to heardyousspodcast@gmail.com.
One more thing I want to say is that I really don't want to hear from y'all when you're like, oh, damn, the event came. I didn't know it was coming so quick. Tickets are sold out. We don't want to hear that.
Don't want to hear it.
Don't want to hear it.
Also,
just buy the ticket now and avoid the BS.
Also, there's one other thing I want to shout out. I want to shout out my friend, Miss Rexti. She just came out with a book. It's a book about like her heartbreak, but she has written it in poems, and it is such a beautiful book.
Cute.
That is.
She's really worked hard on it, and I'm so proud of her. Congrats, girl. The book is called Love, Lost, Healed. It is on Amazon. Sorry. It's on Amazon. Once you read it, can you guys please leave a review? She would love that. The book is only $15, guys.
Nice.
Listen, we spend less than that at a party.
Hello.
And she's really like put her heart and soul into it. So guys, go ahead and support. Yeah, but again, thank you guys for listening to another episode of the Heard You Sis podcast. We love you guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye.